Every life is a story, every moment a chapter. Here on Slow English Stories, we pause to listen.
Welcome to Slow English Stories. Today we have a famous fairy tale.
It is the story of Little Red Riding Hood. In a small village, there lived a young girl. The village was at the edge of a great, dark forest.
She was loved by everyone who knew her. But no one loved her more than her grandmother.
Her grandmother lived in a cottage. It was on the other side of the forest. She had once made a special gift for the girl.
It was a little riding hood. It was made of the softest red velvet. The color was as bright as a summer poppy.
The girl loved it so much. She wore it everywhere she went. Soon, everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood.
One morning, the girl's mother called to her. The air in the kitchen smelled of fresh bread.
"Your grandmother is not well," her mother said. Her voice was gentle but serious.
I have packed a basket for her. There is bread to give her strength. There is butter and a bottle of wine. Will you take it to her?
Little Red Riding Hood nodded eagerly. She loved visiting her grandmother.
Her mother placed the heavy basket in her hands. Now listen to me, her mother said.
Go straight to your grandmother's house. Do not leave the path. The forest is deep. Do not talk to strangers. Do you understand?
Yes, mother, the girl promised. She put on her red hood. She kissed her mother's cheek.
The basket was heavy, but her heart was light. She stepped out of her warm house. She walked into the cool morning air.
The path to her grandmother's house was a thin line. It cut straight into the great forest.
The trees stood like tall, silent giants. Their branches were thick. They blocked out much of the sunlight.
Patches of light danced on the ground. They looked like gold coins. It was very quiet.
The only sounds were her soft footsteps and the singing of a distant bird.
At first, she remembered her mother's words. She walked carefully. Her eyes were fixed on the path.
She thought about her grandmother. She imagined her grandmother's smile. The smile she would have when she saw the basket.
After some time, she came to a clearing. The trees were not so close together here. The sunlight poured down.
The forest floor was covered in wildflowers. There were flowers as blue as the sky and as yellow as the sun. She had never seen so many.
As she stood there, a wolf came out. He came from behind a large oak tree.
She had never seen a wolf before, so she was not afraid.
This wolf did not look scary. His fur was thick and gray. His eyes were a strange, intelligent yellow. He did not growl or show his teeth.
"Good morning," the wolf said. His voice was not a growl. It was low and smooth, like honey.
Little Red Riding Hood was surprised. But she remembered to be polite. "Good morning, sir," she replied.
"Where are you going so early?" the wolf asked. "Your basket looks so heavy." He took a slow step closer.
I am going to visit my grandmother, she said. She is not well. I am taking her bread and wine.
Ah, a kind granddaughter, the wolf said, and he smiled. It was a thin, quick smile.
And where does your grandmother live?
Her cottage is not far from here, the girl explained. She was happy to talk. It is under the 3 large oak trees.
The wolf's yellow eyes followed her finger. He looked at the girl. He looked at the path. Then he looked at the beautiful flowers.
Look at these flowers, he said softly. The sun is shining on them. The birds are singing. Why do you hurry?
Your grandmother is old and sick. A bouquet of fresh flowers would make her very happy. Don't you think?
Little Red Riding Hood looked at the flowers. They were beautiful. She imagined her grandmother's face, lighting up.
Her mother said not to leave the path. But the flowers were so close. It would only take a minute.
The wolf's voice had been so kind. He did not seem like a stranger. He seemed wise. You are right, she said to the wolf.
She stepped off the brown path. She walked into the sea of flowers.
The wolf watched her for a moment. Then he turned and ran into the trees. He moved as silently as a shadow. He took the short path to the cottage.
But Little Red Riding Hood did not see this. She was lost in the world of flowers. She picked a blue one, then a yellow one.
Each flower she picked seemed to show her another. An even more beautiful one. A little deeper in the woods.
She forgot about the time. She forgot about the path. She forgot all about her promise to her mother.
While she was picking flowers, the wolf ran. He ran to the grandmother's house. He knocked on the wooden door. Tap, tap, tap.
From inside, a weak voice called out, "Who is there?"
The wolf made his voice high and sweet, just like a young girl's. It is me, Little Red Riding Hood, he said. I have brought you bread and wine.
I am too weak to get up, the grandmother called. Lift the latch, my dear. The door is not locked.
The wolf lifted the latch. The door creaked open. He stepped inside the small, dark room.
He saw the old woman in the bed. He did not say another word. He jumped onto the bed, and he ate her all up in one bite.
Then he put on her nightgown and her cap. He pulled the cap down low to hide his face.
He closed the curtains around the bed. He got into the bed and pulled the covers up. And he waited.
Finally, Little Red Riding Hood remembered. She remembered her grandmother. She ran back to the path. She hurried toward the cottage.
When she arrived, she saw the door was open. A cold feeling touched her heart. Usually, the door was always closed.
She called out, "Good morning, grandmother." But no one answered. The cottage was silent.
She walked slowly inside. The room was darker than usual. The air felt heavy and strange.
She went to the bed. She pulled back the curtain. Her grandmother was lying there. But she looked very different.
"Oh, grandmother," the girl said. What big ears you have. A rough voice came from the bed. All the better to hear you with, my child.
The voice was not right. It was deep and scratchy, not like her grandmother's soft voice.
Grandmother, she said, what big eyes you have. All the better to see you with, my dear.
Her heart began to beat like a drum. She could see the shape of a long nose. She could smell a wild animal smell.
Grandmother, she whispered. Her hands were trembling. She dropped her flowers on the floor. What big hands you have. All the better to hold you with.
The girl's fear was a cold stone in her stomach. She knew something was terribly wrong. But she could not move. She could not scream.
But grandmother, she said, her voice shaking. What a terribly big mouth you have.
All the better to eat you with, the wolf roared. He threw back the covers. He jumped out of the bed.
In one terrible moment, he opened his huge mouth. And he swallowed the poor girl whole.
Now the wolf's stomach was full. He was very tired. He climbed back into the grandmother's bed and soon fell fast asleep.
He began to snore. His snores were so loud that they shook the cottage. The windows rattled with each breath.
A huntsman was passing by the cottage. He heard the loud snores, and he thought it was very strange.
An old woman should not snore so loudly, he thought. I should check to see if she is all right.
He went to the open door. He stepped inside and walked to the bed. And there he saw the great wolf, fast asleep.
So, it is you, you old sinner, the huntsman whispered. I have been looking for you for a long time.
He raised his hunting rifle. But then he stopped. He had an idea. Maybe the wolf had eaten the old woman. And maybe she could still be saved.
He did not shoot. Instead, he took out his big hunting knife. He carefully made a cut in the wolf's stomach.
With the first cut, he saw a flash of red velvet. He made the cut bigger, and a little girl jumped out.
Oh, I was so frightened, she cried. It was so dark inside the wolf.
The huntsman cut a little more, and the old grandmother came out too. She was weak, but she was alive.
Little Red Riding Hood quickly ran outside. She gathered large, heavy stones. They filled the wolf's stomach with the stones.
When the wolf woke up, he was terrified. He tried to run away, but the stones were so heavy. He fell down at once and died.
The three of them were very happy. The huntsman took the wolf's fur. The grandmother ate the bread and drank the wine. And she began to feel much better.
Little Red Riding Hood thought about what happened. She thought about the wolf's kind voice, and the beautiful flowers, and the dark inside his stomach.
She knew she would never again leave the path. Not when her mother told her not to.
The huntsman walked with her to the edge of the forest. The sun began to set. The forest was the same, but it felt different to her.
It was still a place of beauty. But now she knew it was also a place of danger.
She understood that not all gentle voices tell the truth, and that dangerous creatures are the ones that smile.
She was safe. But she was not the same little girl. She had seen the wolf, and she would never forget.
Thank you for listening to Slow English Stories.
We hope you enjoyed this classic tale.
Join us next time for another story.